Welcome to Celpip Free Tutorials. Today we will discuss part 4 of the listening section. That is, listening to a news item. In this part, you will hear a news item once, which is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. You are required to choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu. Now let's jump to the exam. Listen to the following news item. You will hear the news item only once, so should better pay attention to it. It is going to be about 1.5 minutes long. So pay attention. If you like, you may pause and listen to it again, but let me remind you that in the actual exam it will be played only once.
When Nancy Bergeron was just 37 years old, she suffered a devastating stroke. Nancy was left with locked-in syndrome, a condition in which patients are aware of their surroundings but can't speak or move. Nancy's mother, Michelle Bergeron, says she was told by doctors that she should let her daughter die. "The doctor told me, your daughter will never be able to walk," Michelle says. "I told him, you don't know my daughter." Michelle didn't give up, and neither did her daughter. 2 years ago, Bergeron began intensive rehabilitation using a combination of technology and stimulation at Neuroconcept in Verdun, K. Research shows intensive rehab can help people with locked-in syndrome to regain some function. Bergeron is an example. "I want to walk," says the 47-year-old stroke victim. Bergeron's therapist, Antoine Deschamps-Laporte, is impressed with her progress. "She can stand up for many minutes," he said. "With the help from some competent physiotherapists, she can walk now," he added. That's opening up new possibilities, including going to restaurants and on vacations, according to Deschamps-Laporte. Bergeron's experience is inspiring others at the clinic. Rana Yousef was told she would never stand after a car crash that left her with a spinal cord injury. Now, she's back on her feet. "I decided that, with the help of my family, my husband and my daughters, they will see me walk again," she said. Despite her challenges, Bergeron is writing a book about her recovery. She plans to one day walk into a bookstore to buy the first copy.
Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu. Total time for this part is 3 minutes, so you have around 30 seconds to answer each question. Question 1. The news item is about locked-in syndrome. About Nancy Bergeron. Mother and daughter relationship. Preventing stroke. We'll discuss answers in the end, so let's continue with the next question. Question 2. The reason behind Nancy's problem was she was not strong. She was 47 years old. She was away from her mother. Devastating stroke. Question 3. Patients with locked-in syndrome. Can speak but can't walk. Can walk but can't speak. Are aware of their surroundings. Can't see or hear anything. Question 4. Bergeron's therapist, Antoine Deschamps-Laporte, is impressed with her progress. Is not happy with Nancy's progress. Suggesting new therapy for Nancy. Lost all hopes of her recovery. Question 5. Nancy decided she will walk again with the help of her husband, her daughters, her family. All of the above. Now is the time to discuss answers for the questions. 1. The news item is about. Most of you might think it's locked-in syndrome, but I think the answer is about Nancy Bergeron, because you must have heard about her mother and her courage, etc. Let's find out next answer. 2. The reason behind Nancy's problem was devastating stroke. This was in very first line. 3. Patients with locked-in syndrome are aware of their surroundings. I think there is no doubt about this answer. 4. Bergeron's therapist, Antoine Deschamps-Laporte, was impressed with her progress. 5. Nancy decided she will walk again with the help of all of the above. We hope this tutorial will give you some idea about the listening sections part 4, that is listening to a news. In the end, I'd like to thank you for spending time with us.